Hello and welcome to Talkin' Baseball. It is the midweek episode. It's August. 2/3 of the season are done, so let's check in on the awards, the over-unders, some bets. Hello and welcome to Talkin' Baseball, brought to you by DraftKings. Thank you guys very much for tuning in. My name's Jimmy. His name is Jake. Oh my God, Trevor with a razor blade out in California just slashed your face, Jake. And BBD producing in the corner. We're doing our, every 2-month check-in episode here. We are going to go through and look at all the awards. Who's on pace to win MVP? I honestly don't really know, besides, I think, Ohtani. Who's on pace to win Cy Young? Who's on pace to win Rookie of the Year? Silver Slugger? Do you care? Batting title? I like that one. Even though batting average doesn't really matter, I still love the batting title. I still think that means something. That's kind of a bizarre thing in my head. Anyway, Trevor, Jake goes first. How you doing, Jake?
Ooh, Jonathan Ara, oohs. I'm good. Jim, Trev, BBD, everyone live in the chat, everyone not live in the chat, and all the moms, man. You put up with some shit, man. So I appreciate you every day. I'm good. Baseball, constantly hot in the streets. Dog days, so we're legging it out. We got some big stuff coming. We haven't fully announced it yet, but we got some big stuff coming. So a little teaser on that. And we just announced some other big stuff.
Yeah, Trev, tell them.
Well, yesterday we announced a new podcast, a Mets podcast, because we are totally unbiased here. Jerry Blevins with Jolly Olive. It's called Shea Station. Wow. And I'm stoked that we have a Mets podcast. We need a Mets voice here. Get him off my back.
There's been a lot
off my back.
A lot of commenters were like, so are you just using them as a shield? It doesn't hurt.
No, but yes.
Doesn't hurt. But no, Jerry's awesome. And Jolly Olive, he's the GOAT too.
Jolly's got his own YouTube channel.
Yes.
And he's and part of Shea Station, there will be a podcast that talks about the day ins and outs of the team, but there's also, he's going to do a lot of reflective, like video essay, fun stuff, like old Mets lore and Mets stories and shit like that. So go check it out. We'll have them on at some point. We didn't map it out perfectly, but we'll have them on the chat. But if you're a Mets fan or an NL East fan that plays like a lot of Phillies fans, if they had an episode come out last week, a lot of Phillies fans would have tuned in to drink their tears. Yeah. It's happens to us on Talkin' Yanks all the time. So go tell your friends. JOMBOY Media, Mets podcast, Shea Station. Very excited about it. They're going to crush it. Support, subscribe. Early subscribers, early reviews, early ratings. As a company, we don't really ask for that crap a lot, but at the beginning, a big push at the start.
Always helps.
Show some support for the company and what we're doing here. Always helps. Always helps.
Trev, we're doing some of your favorite stuff today. You and I live in the sports gambling space. And we're going to circle up on some team over-unders, the individuals. Like Jim said, that is funny. Batting title. Know what it is? There's going to be someone one of these years that wins the batting title that's got like a 668 OPS. And then people are going to get hot.
I wonder what the worst OPS to ever win the batting title is.
It's hard to do that because typically your OBP is going to be enough to not make it like a 6. Right?
There's got to be one that's like a low to mid 7s.
Possibly. I think what's cool about the batting title is it's usually won by, there's usually like a hitter in each generation that'll win a bunch of them. And I think that's kind of cool. Like if it was a different person every single year, it's not as cool. Like I know Altuve's won a few of them. Then obviously the guy that everyone looks to is like a Rod Carew, who has 8 or something like that.
Hot.
Love that shit. Tony Gwynn probably has 50.
50 on the nose.
Well, shout out Jolly Olive. I love that name. Where the hell did that come from? It's sick.
It's close to his real name, which I don't know if we're allowed to share or not.
Yeah. We'll discuss.
His Jack. I know that.
Oh, okay. Wow, Trev.
Oh, that's out there. I mean, how would I know that if it wasn't
in
out
the
there?
world?
Wow.
Rod Carew, actually only 7 batting titles. So.
Soft.
Disgusting.
Who's the lowest OPS, Jim?
I have to do math because the website doesn't have. They have their slash line, but obviously they don't have the OPS.
Speaking
as part
of math, we're a math pod now.
Yeah, BBD. I don't know.
What
bro.
the hell?
No, that's not what I said at all.
It's kind of messed up.
That was messed up. BBD, what was that all about?
Just had to come clean about a few things.
Like make us feel dumb to make you feel better.
That's not what happened. I was just sharing a past life. I'm not that person anymore.
David Fletcher.
Scored high on my math.
D. Fletch right now, 308 batting average, 722 OPS. Slap it around, Fletch.
Is he in the lead?
No.
I thought this would be easy to do, but the sheet has them all in one cell.
We'll get it another time. Leave it in the comments.
Someone just needs to take this, divide it, so then the slash lines are a different cell, and you just add
Freddie Sanchez.
That's too many. You just said
Stop.
too many things.
Now Jimmy's trying to show up for BBD with the math pod stuff.
Nuh-uh, I counterbalanced
There's
it.
tense math stuff.
I didn't even use it. I didn't even bring it. I did not even do the math section. I didn't bring a calculator, and I just said, don't care.
It's tough.
I also did not bring a calculator or a pencil, and I still scored well in my math section. So
what people forget about you, Trev. You're just
Stanford
really
man.
smart and really athletic.
Go Cardinal.
And a great father and a great husband.
That part's true.
Stanford man, not
excellent teammate. Good son.
Well liked.
Shit.
Look at that.
Keep going.
Lost a little early on in the minor leagues, but you're young. You're figuring out who you wanted to be.
Let's get into this.
Okay. All right. So, Jake, we're going to do some of the standard awards, as I said.
So we're doing standard and then team?
Yeah.
Okay.
We're going to go through all the MVP, Cy Young, all that stuff. Then we'll check in on our personal over-unders and the team's over-unders, how they're doing up against it, because we did it in June, and some things have changed. Yeah. And you know what I hope has changed recently, Trevor?
Nope.
All of our listeners' pubic hairs. I hope they've been cleaned up.
That's true. You know, it's Manscaped, but women can also use Manscaped. I want to.
Well, it's even funnier.
It's even funnier than that, because what I hope has changed is all of our listeners who are struggling in the bedroom are not struggling anymore because they went to Roman.
Yeah.
That's what I really hope has happened.
Oh. Yeah. Also, yes.
Show.
Because with Roman, you can get a free online evaluation and ongoing care for ED, all from the comfort and privacy of your home. And a U.S. licensed healthcare professional will work with you to find the best treatment plan if medication is appropriate. It ships to you free with 2-day shipping. The whole process is straightforward and discreet. Go to GetRoman.com/Talkin now to get $15 off your first month. Look, there's a straightforward way to take care of your ED. GetRoman.com/Talkin. Everyone that listens better be, feeling good about themselves.
Can I speak from experience?
Yeah, sure.
Try what they're going to send you.
Oh, wow.
And I use the phrase on here sometimes, a little more lead in your pencil.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Performance.
I don't think Roman wants you saying that. I don't think they want you.
Roman likes me.
It's like you said it, but like
I'm the face of Roman.
I too have dabbled before.
And?
I'm the
face
of Roman.
I'm not going to say one way or the other. I mean, it was...
You're happy that you dabbled, you should say.
Use it responsibly.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And they've got professionals, doctors. That's what you check in.
Yeah.
Go check out Roman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, let's talk about American League MVP. Is this done?
This is short. Yeah, This is done.
Is that the hot take? It's locked up. It's solidified.
If Shohei gets hurt.
Shohei Ohtani leads the majors in home runs and total bases. He has a 1.039 OPS. Also has 15 steals. Also has 80 innings of a 3 ERA on the mound.
God.
If he doesn't... This is what I thought was going to happen in 2020 when I said if Shohei participates on both sides of the ball, he's a lock for MVP. I was a year too early because he didn't really play all of 2020. I thought the shortened season would actually help him, like stay healthy and do it both. He's doing it for the long haul. At what point could he get I don't even want to say
No,
it.
and we want to phrase this the right way, because obviously we would never root for what everyone has kind of alluded to. But
how could he lose MVP?
At a certain point, the Angels are going to be out of it. It's a long season. Even, guys get banged up. At what point, Shohei Ohtani is baseball's most valuable asset at the point. It would be interesting. It's kind of the Yelly Belly in 2019. They were going head-to-head, and then Yelly got hurt, so Belly ran away with it. So that would be the interesting point, because Vladimir, we said this the other episode, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. is having a special, special year.
Yes.
But, yeah, I mean, as long as Shohei is on the pitch, led Tasso, he's got it.
Yep.
So it's like
on the pitch.
If Shohei's playing through September 1, is he clear?
Yeah, that was going to be my question.
Yeah.
There's no reason for him not to be playing. The only thing is, like an injury, which obviously we would hate to see that happen. So,
but even with like the Yelly Belly thing that Jake was saying, that swayed it at the end. Even if Shohei, for some reason, rests,
I don't think so.
Out,
so.
I still think
he doesn't play if he doesn't play the last month and Vlad Jr. goes on and wins the Triple Crown, I think there's an argument there that Vlad Jr.
That's how you get the most conversation. If Vladdy wins the Triple Crown.
And Toronto's got to go to the playoffs, I think. I know that doesn't matter in today's MVP, but I think for Vladdy and the Jays, I think it would.
Triple Crown.
To take down Ohtani?
Triple Crown, which is already kind of arbitrary because no one cares about RBIs the way they did back when they invented the Triple Crown. I think it's going to be impossible to take down Ohtani. He's doing it on both sides of the baseball. Matt Olson and Devers are also on the outside looking in, but they're really on the outside. I'll give them some credit because they're having great seasons, but it's Shohei, and you feel bad for Vladdy because he's probably got an MVP season in so many other seasons.
Vladdy's numbers are stupid.
Yes.
But then also, we're saying Vladdy's numbers are so good. Shohei's like right there.
Right.
Yeah, and he's pitching.
That's crazy.
Like, even if Shohei wasn't pitching, he'd be in the conversation with Vladdy.
Right, if it was just offense.
Just offense. But he's also got a 3 ERA, 80 innings pitched. Insane.
That's
All
insane.
Right. Let's move on to the National League MVP because this one gets trickier for some of the reasons we were just saying. The front runners right now, Tatis, Turner, Muncy, and Freddie Freeman is what we have here. Shout out to Erica who helped us prep for this episode.
Wheeler.
DeGrom and Wheeler. DeGrom's kind of with Tatis.
I very much don't like pitchers winning MVP. I wish that they have the Cy Young. I understand at times like the MVPs, but if a pitcher is eligible for the MVP, no one looks at Silver Slugger the way they look at Cy Young. So,
well, I think there's a Hank Aaron Award, Jim.
I know, but no one looks at that either.
That's the point. Is there is a Hank Aaron Award for best overall offensive performance, but it's not this. It's not held in the same regard. I mean, at least yet.
Even Silver Slugger doesn't take into defense into effect. So the MVP. I mean, I understand when pitchers have special seasons that they can be up there, but I don't. They're not in the conversation for me unless they like really force it. And those pitchers haven't really forced it. So I like defense. I like base running. I like hitting. I like that as the MVP because you do that every day. So it's Tatis, but he's out. Might be coming back as an outfielder. Trey Turner. That's a trade situation, which, you've seen happen, but is a little weird. Max Muncy.
This is a mess.
Yeah, no idea. This is going to be interesting.
Absolute mess.
We talked about this a little bit, me and C. Rosie, and the only one, I mean, if Tatis comes back and finishes the season off and he's healthy, he's going to win the NL MVP. The only one, the one that's closest to him in my mind is a Max Muncy. Just because what he's been able to bring to that team. If you look at his stats overall, they're great, his offensive stats, but he's able to play defense and move around positions. He's kind of been doing it all year as well. But even he's kind of far off from those guys. If you take Tatis and DeGrom totally out of the equation, then it becomes like who knows? You got to start talking about the Winkers and the Castellanos and the Harpers. I think Harper's moved up there, but if you look at his overall body of work, he doesn't lead in any offensive category. And he's really not even top.
Oh, dude, if the Phillies make a run and he keeps going, though, he's currently second. His odds, it's Tatis has the best odds to win it on DraftKings, and then Bryce Harper has the second best odds.
I think that's Vegas cleaning up on recency bias. Like, they're getting a ton of bets on Harper right now. For what? Like, look at the overall. Like, tell me a category. Like, he's not even close in homers. And runs batted in, he's not there.
I think they're cleaning up on the idea that Tatis doesn't come back and return to form, and Harper finishes strong.
The other Vegas side of this, I think if voting happened today, I think Wheeler would get more MVP votes than Harper.
No, he wouldn't.
I don't think so,
dude. The war is crazy.
I know the war is crazy, and I know
people
that.
Live by that.
Like Jim said, you got to do something crazy. You got to do what DeGrom was doing. You got to do what? Who's the other people that won?
Verlander.
Go look at those numbers, and then put them up to Wheeler's. There's no way they're even close.
I think either way.
Did Gagne win it as well, or did he just win the Cy Young?
Gagne.
He just won the Cy Young, right?
Either way, this conversation ends with whoever has the best 6 weeks.
Kershaw.
Clayton.
He had a 1.77 ERA.
Oh my God.
Verlander, he had a 2.4.
The point of this whole this section here is we have no idea. Tatis, if he comes back healthy, yep. But other than that, it's going to be one of those MVPs that gets voted on, and everybody's not happy about it except for the fan base or the guy that wins it.
Harper does have Tatis in batting average and on base percentage right now, and I think what Vegas is doing, Trev, there is they're getting people that don't believe Tatis will come back and be the same rocket ship that he was, and that Harper's rocket is still like full force. And I might be one of those people that would sprinkle some on Harper because it's still really going under the radar how good he's been for the last 2 months. People are starting to notice, but
he's been good every single month except May.
Yeah, but
he had a really bad May.
Since June 12th, his last 48 games, he's got a crazy numbers: 340 batting average, 430 on base percentage, 660 slugging. He's been on a 48-game heater. And the home runs are, like, good. They're helping win. The Phillies start going into, like, lock up that division. I don't know. I guess I've talked myself into Harper, but things will change.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm looking at Kershaw's MVP year. It was the Stanton, or no, not even. Stanton had 37 homers. Kershaw finished with an 8.2 WAR that year.
In 2014?
His MVP winning year, yep.
This has it as 7.7.
So if you click over to the NL MVP voting, it shows it's 8.2. It was Stanton with 6.5. It was McCutchen with 6.4. Jonathan LaCroix with 6.4. So crazy. If everyone lands in that spot, and Zach Wheeler, his WAR right now I think is 6.1. If he finishes a high 7 in the 8s, and we have this hodgepodge that we're currently talking about, the Riders love that shit. I don't know, man.
You better be willing to put freaking Wade Miley in there, too.
If he leads the Reds, now how fun would that be?
He's sitting right behind Wheeler and WAR. So if you're going to talk about
that would definitely hurt
WAR
Wheeler.
Being the separator.
WAR needs to get on the same page because these two websites have Kershaw's a 7.7. Yeah. So it's just two different versions of the same stat. They need to figure that out. Like,
Well, there's F-WAR and B-WAR, Z-WAR.
I think Muncy's got a real chance if he goes off as well. If the Dodgers start clicking offensively and this guy has a big end of August and September, it'd be a great story. I don't know if I don't know if he gets enough, but I like him as a dark horse.
Who's that?
Muncy.
Okay. I don't know if he's sexy enough for it.
We didn't really say his name. They'd have to win the division. Freddie Freeman's been going off too.
Yeah.
Defending MVP. People like stories.
I go Tatis. I think Tatis will still.
Ooh.
If Tatis comes back and plays like how he was playing, it's Tatis.
He's going to play. Like, they're not doing the surgery. He's going to come play. You just got to keep that fucking shoulder in the socket.
In there.
Let's go to Cy Young. In the American League, you have some fun. Because you
love this, Jim. This is your favorite. I think Cy Young's your favorite award.
I like Cy Young.
It's a pretty cool award.
Who pitched the best that season. I think it's an easy formula. It's easier than hitting and defense and base running because it's the same thing, and it's results based. Like who pitched the best this season. Lance Lynn, Rodon, and Garrett Cole are your front runners. And I don't know. I got to look at the stats, I guess, but White Sox having two of the guys seems pretty cool.
Give me that split vote for Cole, baby.
Ooh, you think they're splitting the vote? It'd be funny if Cole won it this year when he was so much better in 19. I also think they've gotten Cy Young wrong a bunch in the last 5 years. So I don't really have faith in the voters on Cy Young anymore. Like, Cole should have won it over Verlander, and Verlander should have won it over Pomerantz. Or Purcell, yeah.
Pomerantz.
It's interesting if you look at the ERA, qualified ERA leaders, there's only one person in the top 10 that's in the AL, and that's Lance Lynn. Rodon must not have enough innings or something.
I know Jimmy and I go on this rant probably once a week on here. Man, if Lance Lynn's ERA finishes head and shoulders above everyone, but if he doesn't have the WAR or if he doesn't have, the FIP or whatever, like, guys, I don't know how to break it down for you. Trev, you had a good point when we talked Zach Wheeler the other day, how his defense isn't good.
The worst defense in the league.
Right. How his numbers would be improved with a better defense. And there's a conversation there. I'm willing to listen to some defensive stuff. But your goal is to not let the other team score earned runs. And Lance Lynn has just, like you said, he's with a bunch of NL boys who get to face a pitcher instead of Eloy or Giancarlo Stanton or whoever your team's DH is. So if he is head and shoulders above the ERA, like, that's where the conversation would stop for me.
Yeah, and you guys know I like looking at game log, like how many games did they just single-handedly win you. But yeah, I don't like when they discredit pitchers that pitch to contact. It's not a strikeout award. Like, it's not fielding independent. If you're Lance Lynn and you know that you have a great third baseman and then you pitch, righties inside or lefties away so that you can induce more ground balls to your third baseman, that is smart pitching.
Strategy.
If you're pitching in a deep ballpark and you make them get a lot of ground balls, not fly balls, or if you're pitching in Yankee Stadium and you know that you can't pitch hard and away to righties, that's smart. Like, it shouldn't be discredited to use the advantages and disadvantages that you get as a pitcher. So I don't like that it's turned into a who can strike out the most batters award.
Has it turned into that?
A little bit sometimes, yeah.
With that said, Lance's strikeout numbers are pretty good.
The other stuff is there.
Yeah.
So 10.2 Ks per 9.
Yeah, Lance Lynn is the front runner right now. Does Vegas say the same thing?
I think they have Lance as the one.
Yeah. That'd be so cool. It's Lance, then Cole, and Lance, it's like really good odds. It's minus.
Hey, how about Carlos Rodon, man? Go get the bag this offseason, bro. Good for him.
Yeah, that is cool.
Sheesh.
Rodon has a 2.38 ERA. Lance Lynn has a 2.04. In 20 games started, he's 2.04. That's
fooling opponents to a 200 batting average and a 573 OPS.
Yeah.
Grabbing that dick.
How do I filter by league on here?
By league.
I think we moved to NL Cy Young.
We talked about Wheeler a little bit.
Can I ask you guys one question?
Sure.
I did the pitchers this season, the most pitchers that have pitched 6 innings with 6 or more innings, 2 or less earned runs. How many games? Like, as the most games, 6 or more innings, 2 or less runs. How many NL pitchers do you think are on the list before you get to an AL pitcher?
12.
Less than that. But
I'm gonna say 9 because that's what is.
It's 5. It's Kyle Gibson and Cole, and then Bassett are 6, 7, 8. Mm-hmm. I think every year. I don't know if it gets talked about how much easier it is to get a free out 4 times a game.
Different leagues.
It's talked about quite a bit.
Yeah.
I think. Yeah.
We talked about Wheeler and all that jazz. Brandon Woodruff has been doing it. Corbin Burns not on the sheet. That's weird. Walker Buehler have an incredible year. Every time you stumble to his page, it's like, oh, he's awesome.
18 games, 6 innings pitched or more, 6 or more innings pitched, 2 earned runs or less. 18 for Walker Buehler. That's the most in the league. 18 games, he went more than 6 innings, 6 or more with 2 or less earned runs. The next highest is 15 by Woodruff and Gossman. Buehler's my pick still. I know Wheeler's having a great year, but that alone, he's an instant win.
I get it feels more open than you think after I go on a Wheeler for MVP speech.
You did put Wheeler for MVP. Now you're saying that Buehler's Cy Young.
I didn't say that.
That's an interesting take. Whatever.
I didn't say that.
I did. Here we go. I had Walker Buehler at plus 1,500 as a sprinkle bet to win the NL Cy Young this year.
You had that?
Good. I did.
I love it. Well, Wheeler's the favorite right now.
Yeah, Wheeler's still the favorite. Both of them going to have to pitch their ass off the rest of August and September because the team needs it. These two teams are in dogfights. So I think that's really cool when you have these guys pitching so well and knowing they have such big, meaningful games coming up. That means we're going to see like extra moxie coming from Walker. Those pants are going to be so tight. So tight.
That is fun. That is fun.
Yeah.
If
you bump it up to 7 innings pitched or more, 2 or less, Wheeler's the favorite. He's got 11.
Wow, that's fucking nice.
Walker's got 8.
Talk about a team needing that. You know the Phillies bullpen.
Yeah. That is true.
And he just went complete game shutty too.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah, a couple more innings there. Wheeler. That's an interesting one. I think it's Wheeler and Walker, and I think there's going to be a lot of people upset about Woodruff. I don't know. NL Central can't produce another Cy Young winner. All frauds.
Oof.
I say that lightly. Don't get fucking so mad at me. It's a joke.
You're so mad.
It's like probably 65% serious. 35% joke.
Joke time.
Oh, dude, the NL Central is the easiest division to pitch in. I don't think anyone's going to argue that.
Cubs look good.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Reds are good.
Yeah, the Reds are good. Where do we want to go next? Batting champion?
I think so.
This one we can go quick.
You can go quick. Yeah,
this is a crapshoot.
Right now it's Yuli Gurriel, Michael Brantley in
teammates
in the AL. Brantley's got 329. Yuli's got a 324. Cedric Mullins is right there with 320, and then Vladdy's got a 318 batting average. I do like the batting average rates, like when it comes down to the last couple of days, and then math gets involved where you can trade.
Right.
You can trade games for like outs or whatever. Right.
What's your feeling, Jim? Say you were one of the best hitters in the league, and you knew that if you sat out the final game, there was no way somebody could catch you. They'd have to go 7 for 7. But if you just sat out, you're guaranteed to win the batting title. Team race is already decided. What do?
I sit out. You've earned the right to win the award. Like if there's like
fans in the stands there to see you the one time your nephew is there to see you play baseball.
I think you trust in your shit enough where you say, I'm going to go out there, work a walk, something.
I wouldn't get mad at a player if it's one game and there's nothing else that matters and they can win. I mean, they've earned it. They just play it a full season and we're the best hitter, batting average-wise in the league. They can sit out one game and get their award. I understand that there's a lot of valor in playing and going out there and just like competing, and I would clap for a guy that did that, but I would not shame someone for sitting out one game to secure a batting title champ.
I think I figured it out. You start the game, you do your first at bat. If you get a hit, awesome. If you don't, you roll your ankle on first base. You say,
It's a great plan, actually.
0 for 1 wouldn't matter?
Yeah.
Okay, then do that.
Yeah.
Because then you can get an applause, too. And I don't think people would care. Like,
I think as this is what I think. I think as a manager, it's your job to make sure you make that decision for your player. You give him the one at bat. Say, I'm going to give you one at bat. Your ass is coming out of the game. I'm going to get you the ovation you deserve. That's the key.
yeah.
Managers don't do anything else, so might as well do that.
Okay.
I don't like the buying out stuff. When you miss enough games, but you can trade outs.
You hit 360, but you need 500 at bats.
Oh, yeah, no, you have to qualify. I agree with that.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Go get it, Cedric Mullins. He's third right now. I guess Brantley and Gurriel, teammates, that's fun if they stick it out. Mullins right now, we talk so much about Vladdy and how he deserves an MVP. Mullins is like 0.04 WAR behind Vladdy. Mullins is having an awesome year, and it's tough to reward guys on bad teams. Like
leads the league in hits. Mullins.
Get him the batting title.
Sure, yeah.
I'm rooting for Brantley.
Okay.
Dr. Smooth.
Why do you hate everyone else?
Yeah. I don't. I just really like Michael Brantley's approach and
fair.
demeanor and
Nice.
everything about him.
Nice guy.
So, yeah.
Ale Central.
Good nickname, too.
The Brant Man.
Yeah, it's not it, but yeah, I know.
Oh, Dr. Schmidt.
Literally just said it, so.
NL's kind of hilarious.
Yeah, Adam Frazier, Trey Turner, and Castellanos all are within 1 point. 322 for Frazier, 321 for Turner, and 320 for Castellanos. How about Frazier and Turner competing on their new teams, and now it's like the NL West batting championship, but like they didn't do half of it there.
We're a week removed.
Dodgers fans and Padres fans fight over Turner and Frazier, even though like that's some real prison guard experiment stuff, you know, when they just said you're a prisoner and you're a guard, the Stanford prison experiment.
Mm-hmm.
They made a movie about it, you know what I'm talking about?
I know what you're talking about. Go on.
Well, because like these guys just came to the team, and now like Dodgers fans, Padres fans, probably if they were in a batting title, would probably like be getting in fights over it. And it's like, hey man, like your team
both just met
That's your
these guys.
guy.
You're not like
That's
you know,
sports.
Yeah. Well, I get it on a team level.
Ride
Team
or
wins
die,
or losses,
baby.
but like, you know, just like Frazier and Turner.
I'm
like,
trying
you
to think if someone came to the Yankees, you guys would be like, oh, yeah.
It's kind of like Kluber's no-hitter. I like didn't much care about it at all because I don't consider him a Yankee. And I said that during it and after it and all of that. I got crap for it, but
Definitely a Yankee.
we're going to remember the 10 games and be like, whoa, that guy was a Yankee? Oh, yeah,
You're
he threw a
gonna
no-hitter.
remember him.
kinda good.
You're going to remember him winning the CS MVP. No, the Frazier part is really funny because I think before Tatis got hurt, we were wondering if he was going to play every day. And it's, he's going for the batting title. So there's a little new age baseball there.
I'm going to take away Frazier and Turner both from this equation because they're now facing much better pitching.
Ooh, I love that, Trev.
Yeah. I don't think either of those guys stands up. Castellanos has a chance. I'll give you my dark horse.
Please.
It's not really dark horse because he's fourth place right now. Gene Segura. The dude can just stack together 4-hit games.
Thick.
He could get there very quick. I don't know. Is he fast anymore? He used to be fast.
I don't know. He's pretty short and thick.
If I had to guess his baseball savant sprint speed, I would guess literally 50.
I would guess 61. Because I think when he gets going, he's a ball.
His top speed's still good. Sprint speed 51, baseball savant.
Hell yeah, Jake.
Wow, nice.
I know how my short, thick kings
I had
move,
the
baby.
one. I had the one.
Oh,
God, you know, he
You
just
had the 5.
everything's moving so fast, but he's not going anywhere.
Well, no,
People
it
used to
is.
tell me that when I ran.
those long leg sprinters, once they start going, Buxton moves differently than me.
He glides.
But those first couple steps, I'm there. And
All
then
right,
he
don't
gone.
look. Don't look.
Oh,
How many
okay.
bags does Segura have this year?
Stolen
looking it up right
bases,
now.
Gene Segura.
Yeah,
14.
11.
he's got 7.
Okay.
But 190 on the career, so he slowed down quite a bit.
Sold 44 when he was 23
Yeah,
years old.
I remember him as a base dealer. He's not that anymore.
Yeah.
Only
Now he's
caught
just
once.
Girardi's best friend.
Go get it, Castellanos. He'll have a good speech or something.
Oh my God, you guys!
What?
They got him listed at 5'10", 220.
Yo, he's not 5'10", too. We saw him. We were sitting in the legend seats, so we were on the same ground as him. And, Gene Serrera.
And I think they had that Short Kings measuring contest, and he went over to officiate it, and I think he hurt himself anyway. I think Gene's coming in 5'8", 225. Which is well built. That's how I like
that.
Yeah.
He's got 64.5 in the bag with another 14.85 coming his way.
99th percentile, that's above average.
I think I'm gonna make a website, and it's gonna be called Real Height.
Realheight.com.
And I mean, NFL has the combine.
Do Joe Rogan. Everyone wants to know how tall he is.
The combine
5'7".
measures the players in front of you with cameras. Right. You know how tall a guy is.
It's there.
Baseball, there's no combine. It's just straight lies.
Straight lies.
Trev, was your stats ever wildly different than you, or was your height weight honest?
They give me 6'2", when in fact I'm like just above 6'1". So they gave me like basically an extra inch.
So they just rounded up.
They gave me like 3/4 of an inch, yeah.
Would it be fair to say that every baseball player is probably just rounded up or added 1 inch?
Spikes.
Yeah.
What do you think the percentage of baseball players whose height listed on the scoreboard is accurate?
Maybe half.
Something
like that. I don't know.
Yeah, I was at like 20.
Yeah.
20.
I don't know. I mean,
I would say most baseball players are Spike's height.
I think most of that is Spike's height rounded to up to the next inch.
Yeah. You got to keep the height ratio there, because other teams are like, oh, that guy's 6'2", that guy's 6'4". They don't know your real height either.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying, though. It makes sense. I mean, you hear thick boy Trevor Plouffe is 6'2", you're like, oh, he got juice.
My mom tried to have me lie on my driver's license. She told me to round up because I was like 5'7" and a quarter. And I was like, I don't care, Mom. Just put 5'7".
Yeah, it's
nice.
Yeah.
Never really cared.
The reason I brought Joe Rogan
5'3".
earlier, there was like a plane flying around LA.
Yeah.
Or like it might have been like they wrote it in the clouds, like one of those things, and it said like Joe Rogan is 5'3". Like that was kind of strange that they just did that, but I didn't know that. I knew he was short, but 5'3" is like.
I don't think he's 5'3".
I think that they're like being like taking a shot.
What Jimmy just.
What do you think he is?
Our height. 5'7".
I'm looking it up right now.
5'7". So yeah, that's your NL batting.
5'7" is 5'7" on the internet.
We got some Rookie of the Year stuff here too. Should we hit that quick?
Sure. They do this on Farm to Fame. They've like been keeping track of it all year with Peter and Kelsey and Matty Mass over there. So if you want to stay keeping track of Rookie of the Year, it's been wild. Your dude in the NL has had it.
He's got someone on his ass right now though. Trevor Rogers for the Marlins, having an incredible year. 2.45 ERA. 129 punchies. He's been lights out. He got hurt for a little bit. He's back now. And while he was out, Trev fell in love. Jonathan India. I mean, he's approaching all JM second baseman team. A 4.02 on base. I know that speaks to you, Trev, especially for a young dude. And Dylan Carlson trying to throw a Hail Mary out there. But I think right now it's a 2-horse race.
Yeah, it looks like that way.
Good stuff. All right.
American League. Adelise, he was the all-star. He came down a little bit, but he's coming back up. Keel Badu. Eric Haas is a fun story. Go look that up, how many homers he's hitting after not being called up since May. And Clase, your guy, Trev. He's qualified technically, and he's disgusting, but
he's filthy.
Clase. Okay, let's move on to our over-under team. Yes. Keeping track of the bets, brought to you by Mansplained Baseball Elsewhere. Ooh. Wow, they're on a hell of a run with the Braves getting good again. I bet they're spicy. Hosted by Ashland, Emily, and Marla. Mansplained Baseball Elsewhere is released every Tuesday. The girls give weekly reviews of everything involving Braves baseball, as well as AL team updates and other big stories from around the league. If you want to go check out some Braves baseball talk, this podcast was made just for you. Give it a listen anywhere you find your favorite podcast. Again, new episodes are released every Tuesday. Trevor is scared of Ashland.
I'm not. I told her that. Like, she's only scary on the internet. I met her. She wasn't scary at all.
Very nice.
She's soft.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, I don't know about that.
Still hasn't broken the printer with a hammer.
She should do that. It's good therapy.
Well, ball's in your court.
Yeah.
Ash.
Land.
All right. Last time we did this was on June 22nd. How do I know? Because I had the sheet up, and we are keeping track of this. And we all made our bets at the beginning of the year on if teams would hit the over or the under, total wins, if you're unfamiliar. And we kept track of it. Jake was looking really good on June 22nd. And some teams have bettered themselves, Trev, and other teams are worse. How do you guys want to go through it? Do you have a preference of who we talk about?
I think we should go through it pretty quick. Maybe the ones that we all agree on.
We've got it in alphabetical order, and I think some you just like my snakes. They were under, they stay under. I think that's all we got.
And I think that's like you can lock that in. They are not going to win 79 games.
No.
Their best case, according to Baseball Reference, is 60 games.
So yeah, that's going to be tough.
Yeah,
going to be tough. The Atlanta Braves, we all went over. We were all under on the D-back snaps for us. We were all over on the Braves. They've gotten better, but
the over-under at the beginning of the year was 91.5. Baseball Reference has their best case at 89. Is the East going to be won with, if you win 90 games, do you win the NL East?
Yes.
Maybe, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
They're on pace for 82 wins. In June, they were on pace for 77. So, obviously they've on the up, they've improved, but I still think the under is safe, but I'm rooting for the over because that's what we bet on. We all agreed.
Feels safe.
Orioles under is still on pace for the under, but the under was 66. Their best case is 65, so it's not locked.
Still in play. In play. Orioles have a nice September. They can
That's
get
locked.
there.
That's locked, guys.
Wow.
It's locked. You guys did a good job. I picked the over. Just 66 is a small amount of wins.
Did you see Buster Olney went at them pretty hard today?
Yeah.
It's like Orioles are on pace for their third 100-loss season or something like that, and he's just like, this is unacceptable in sports. So many teams tanking. And it's like, damn.
Yes.
Got him.
Buster.
Whoops.
Yeah, they did have a good 2020, but that was kind of a fake season.
Right.
The Orioles are on pace to lose 106 games this season, and in their previous two seasons, they lost 115. 2 full seasons, they lost 115 and 108 in 2018 and 19. This is unprecedented in AL history. When the players' union cites non-competitive behavior, the Orioles could be Exhibit A. It's just wrong. So he wants the CBA coming after the Orioles. Get him, Buster.
That was a powerful sentence by Buster.
Yeah.
Damn. Hot.
All right. The Red Sox, they were on pace for the over. It was a low bar. It was only 80 wins at the beginning of the season. Jake and I went under. Trev went over. Looks like the over is correct. So there, it balances us right out, Trev. We were right on the Orioles. You were right on the Red Sox.
At least.
The next one's fun.
The Cubs. The Cubs were on June 22nd, the last time we did this, they were on pace to win 88 games. The over-under was 79.5. I took the under. Jake took the over. Trev took the under. They are now on pace to win 74 games. They went from 88 to 74. I think that's the biggest drop. Obviously, they were bad, and then they traded everyone away, and now they're going to stay bad. Their best case is 82.
The West Coast trip will live in Cubs infamy for a long time.
And we talked about it. Everybody knew that was what was going on. He benched Baez to get them fired up for the West Coast trip. They had a bad West Coast trip, and see ya.
That's not locked because if their best case, according to Base Reference, says they could get back on the over, but I'm going to lock
Rack up some dumb NL Central wins.
I'm going to lock that one up.
I'm not locking that up. Let's get 80, Cubs.
White Sox
be crushed.
We all agreed on the over, 91.5.
Good for us.
And it was projected to be over. Actually, they've stayed the same. On June 22nd, their pace was 96 wins. And now, on August 10th, their pace is 96 wins.
Yep.
Good for them.
Reds.
Yep.
82.5. Jim, you and I were on the under. Trevor Plouffe was on the over.
Let's go.
Holy smokes. They might be one of the bigger improvers. They were on pace for 80 wins last time we checked in. Now on pace for 87. They are playing a good brand of baseball. Their energy feels a lot higher than 82.5. That's looking good for T-Pain.
Yep. Good job, Trev.
Hot.
Thanks.
Indians. Last time we checked in on the Indians, they were on pace for the over. They were on pace to win 92.5 games, and the over-under was set at 81. Jake and I took the over. They're now on pace to push, basically. They're on pace for 81 games. So that one is very much in flux, the Cleveland Indians.
The over-under was 81.5. Don't leave out the hook, baby, because that could mean the difference.
Well, yeah, but that's so ticky-tacky for what we're doing here. But yes, they'd be on pace for the under by half a game. It's going to come down to the wire. Rockies. Jake and I took the over. Trev took the under. Trev loves unders. They're on pace for the over. I think they're going to hit the over, right?
Those home field Rockies, baby, they've been nasty.
That's a lock. Rockies are going to hit the over.
Let's go. Jake's Rocks.
Good job.
Yeah, all they need to win is 9 more games.
Well, never say never, but.
The Tigers. Jake believed in our friend Ray, who said don't sleep on the Tigers. Their over-under at the beginning of the season was 65. Jake was the only one that took the over. And they, I think that's kind of locked. I think the Tigers are going to hit that.
That's locked.
Bam. Locked.
Astros locked. We all agreed on the over. It was 86.5. It felt light. It was light. They're on pace for 95.5 wins right now.
86.5. What were they thinking?
I think maybe they thought the same thing with the Cubs. Like they were going to get rid of some of these guys. I don't know, man. Maybe the pitching they didn't think was going to be as good, but they've just kind of hit on all cylinders.
They made too much out of the going. They were technically under 500 last season, regular season.
The regular season was bad last year.
Yeah. Who's next? The Royals.
The Royals. 71. This one's one that's going to be tight.
We all took the over 71.
Wow, this one. We're Royals fans, fellas.
They were on pace for the over, and now they're on pace to be right around it. They're like the Indians. They're riding the line.
Yeah, we gave them credit for making moves in the offseason when a lot of teams stood pat. So we're like, okay, let's give them the benefit of the doubt. And I think that's a soft AL Central, and I guess they're part of that. But
them are the Indians. I need one to get over, babe.
Yeah, I think that'll happen.
And they didn't fully sell out. Like Santana, Benintendi. They could have emptied out the house a little more. So that's going to be an interesting one. Oh God.
Angels over-under was 83.5. Jake took the over. Me and Trev took the under. They are on pace to win 81 games, which is the exact same pace they were on June 22nd. Want to know why? Because the Angels beat teams that are worse than them and lose to teams that are better than them, and will finish at probably 81 games.
15th best team in the league, baby.
I think maybe next year they're going to be good. Isn't that what they always say?
Yeah, of course.
I want to see their schedule. If they finish with like 2 bad teams, maybe they'll have a shot at it. But
now the Dodgers are interesting. It was so high. It was 101 games. We didn't know the Giants were going to be what they are, and we all said over. But that is not looking good. They're on pace to win 96 games. Their best record could be 102, according to Baseball Reference. But this one's looking like we're all going to get it wrong. I don't know if the Dodgers are going to win. You guys still believe?
The September schedule, James, is cake. Especially at the end, they go with a bunch of. They have Arizona and Colorado a bunch in September. They end with the Padres, whose fate will probably be sealed by then. So they'll probably be prepping for the wild card game.
And Milwaukee is also probably prepping. But wouldn't the LA be prepping, or are they still going to be battling the Giants?
I think
it depends. It depends. Yeah, I mean, I think they're still going to be going for the Giants in the division.
Where you can be optimistic. They got Scherzer and Turner. They still haven't been like fully healthy. Trev, you just gave your Bellinger speech if he figures it out. And like they should be in pursuit of the Giants for a little while, if not trying to put them in their rear view. It feels like we haven't seen the Dodgers like one. Did they start this season really hot? Were they like 13-2? Or was that last year?
That was this year.
That was this year, right? So like
they started out really hot.
That was the last time
streak,
they were hot.
Yeah.
They got to have
Fangraphs still hasn't projected to win the division, which they're 4 freaking games back right now, and they still haven't projected pretty heavily to win the division.
Interesting. The Marlins 70.5. We all took the over. I think we're all going to lose on this, especially with the NL East now becoming a 3-team race and them having to play them a lot. I think the Marlins.
This is close.
It's close, but I would guess.
Rack up those Nats wins.
The Brewers was 82.5. We all took the over, and I think that's locked.
It's locked.
Locked.
Ooh, the Twins 88.5.
Yikes.
We all took the
lost.
over, and that's locked as the under, big time. The Mets.
What are you doing, baby?
Twins.
Mets 90.5. We all took the under, and that's locked basically. Yeah, that's locked. 90 was high for them from the jump.
They were on pace for that in June.
Last time we talked, they were on pace for that. They've got their brutal schedule coming out. They'd have to survive that and get really hot, but it's close to locked.
Yeah.
Like you said, AL East.
NL
East, 90 wins.
Yeah.
91 wins.
Same story with the Yankees. We all took the over at 95.5, and that is looking like the under's going to get locked at 95.5. They'd have to get hot too, but
Live hot, Yanks.
Baseball Reference has their best chance at 93.
Come back, Rizzo.
We kind of got going.
Yeah.
Any other interesting ones? The A's, 87.5. Trev and I were on the over, and that's looking good.
Looks really good.
Looks really good.
Nice.
Ooh, the Phillies.
Wow.
Phillies were
a good
on
one.
Phillies were on pace for the under in June. It's 80.5. They are now on pace to finish at 85 wins. And their worst case, according to the Baseball Reference, is 80. So that one's looking good as the over.
Got Gibby. That looks good. Pirates. Holy smokes. That one's going to be fun. 56.5.
I believe in them. Let's go.
Currently on pace for 59. They were on pace for 58 when we last checked in. That's going to be a fun one to watch down the stretch.
They have their worst case at 56, and that would be the under, but barely.
Yeah, I mean, that one's going to be tight. That's a low number. Padres, 94.5. Currently on pace for the under. Trev, you're the only one that had them for the under. Interested to see when Tatis comes back. Interested to see if they get any juice down the stretch. On pace for 92 right now. So they're in the ballpark. San Francisco, Jake and Trev on the over because we loved the coaching staff. That one is locked in. Their over-under was 75.5. They have 71 wins right now. That is disgusting.
Oh, so they've hit it, basically.
6 games.
5 more wins.
That's the most locked of all the locks.
The most locked of the locks.
Maybe the D-backs under.
Yeah, also. NL West, baby. Mariners, 72.5. They are still projected to go over. They're above. They're 59 and 54. They're on pace for 85 wins. That's close to a lock.
Yeah, that is.
That's close to a lock.
Good job, Mariners.
J.P. Crawford, you believed.
Oh.
Paid off.
Jakey. That was a fucking Hail Mary by me. St. Louis Cardinals. Wow. Oof. Speaking of another Hail Mary by me, they're 1 game under 500 right now. Their over-under was 86.5. I've been asking for their 9-game win streak. That's what they need to do. Rays were 85.5. Free money for me and Jim. Trev, you were so mad at them for their offseason.
How could it? I was so mad at them.
You were so
could
salty.
You continue to do it, and they just said, "Here, this is how."
And then Trev, the final one, and I can't believe this because they were your least favorite organization. Texas Rangers, 67. Me and Jim were on the under. They're currently on pace for 56. Jeez, Texas. That's awful.
You know what I did there? I did the Jake thing where I said if they're over, I'll be happy that I got my thing right. But if they're under, I'll be happy because they're the worst run organization in professional sports.
That is Jakey bets. Try to find a way to be happy.
Yeah.
Especially now that Gibby's gone, I could just unload on the Rangers now because I don't care. Gallo's gone. Gibby's gone. I still like Willie Calhoun. Love you, Will.
You got to talk to Moylan. He was hyping the Rangers up on Farm to Fame.
Pitcher. He doesn't know anything.
Oh, okay. That's fair. That's fair.
And closing notes.
This one's tough right here, guys. Blue Jays.
Oh, wow.
We all went under. The under at the beginning of the season was 86.5. We said, I don't think so. It's going to be a competitive AL East. On June 22nd, they had a pace of 81 wins, and they have bumped that shit up to 88.3. Currently on pace to go over. We'd all get it wrong, but that one's still in the air as well.
It's going to be tight. They got to stay hot. They've been living hot for a couple weeks. They did add. That would be tight. And, oh, man, Nats. How do they suck me in every year? I went over. You guys went under. That's a lock.
It's a lock.
That's a lock. 84.5.
I dropped from getting 15 right to 13, and I'm mad about that.
Oof. I think I dropped too.
It'll change again, my friend. Like the seasons.
Baseball.
In the Northeast. Not in San Diego.
Right.
Baseball. All right, I think that's it.
Yeah.
Appreciate you, guys. Those are your betting updates. I guess we got to do this again like last week of September. We've been doing it every 2 months. And I know it's going to be a crazy race at that time, but this will also be interesting because the Pirates right now seem like they're going to be up against it. Like, it'll be fun to see which teams are going to be up against it last week of the season.
Find our teams to root
Cole
for.
Tucker.
Call up Cole Tucker, and you will succeed.
Yes. Goodbye. Love ya.